Welcome everyone to the adventure system version of our monthly AMA. Got OttoKing here, Rogue. I'm the treasury lead, but also your host. OttoKing, how you doing today? You tired? You getting much sleep?
I think today is pretty good. I did some sports today.
Oh, did you? What do you
Yeah,
play?
I forgot how to say in English. Let me check.
Oh, well, what? How
It,
does it go? Like, what's the point of the game?
it's called badminton.
Oh, badminton. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, yeah, with Apple.
Oh, cool. I didn't know you guys were that close. Nice.
Because we are like rush with the adventure system. So
hmm
basically we meet every day recently.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, it's good though. That's good that you can get out and do something physical, blow off some steam. And we talked about that in a previous AMA. That's it's super important. Well, I don't play any sports. I'm not that coordinated, but I do run like I mentioned. I actually just finally I do the same route in my neighborhood, and I never actually got the distance on it. So finally I strapped on a Fitbit, and I'm like, I wonder how long I run every day because I run the same route. And it turns out it's 3.5 miles. So I'm running 3.5 miles a day. I'm like, okay, that's pretty good without, I don't do it to try and get distance, but it's more just for, just to clear my head and help me think and all that. So yeah, it's really important, especially for, nerds like us that spend a lot of time in front of the screens and stuff.
I mean, how long you run for
Uh,
3.5 miles?
with I do like a tenth of a mile walking the beginning and the end, as warm up and a cool down. The whole ordeal takes about 45 minutes.
Wow, that's long.
Yeah, well, I guess. I'm not trying to win any races, but I've been running distance for most of my life. I was track and cross country in high school, and then I joined the army, which is a bunch of distance running. So it's just kind of always been my thing. Like I've never been good with ball sports. Like I can't catch, I
Oh,
can't, but I can run.
yeah. I used to run a month ago, but it's summer here and it's really, really hot in my
Yeah,
country. So
yeah,
it's almost impossible to run now.
yeah. No, it's blistering here too. I just don't care. I just drink a lot of water before and
Really?
after. Yeah, I can't because for me it's like in the summertime, oh, it's too hot, and then all of a sudden winter comes, and then it's like, ah, it's too cold. It's like, well, when are you gonna do it? I don't know. So I
Yeah,
just I just suck it
that,
up.
that's true.
So but anyway, I don't think they want to hear about our running habits. So let's start talking about some real stuff. I know that we're all eagerly awaiting the adventure system. That's going to be a major part of the protocol, really, just as a whole. Obviously it's the sort of the cornerstone of Ottopia, and we're all really excited about that. You want to, Otto King, maybe just tell us, maybe in general, kind of maybe the highlights of development and kind of how things have been going for you recently, just a real high level.
Basically, we finished all the design part of the adventure system, and it's actually it's called adventure system, but it's actually introduce several different systems into this one. Like for example, the first one is the leveling system. So yeah, you will get level up of your auto. So you can like if you are playing ever play any RPG or something some kind like of the game, when you level up, you get some point of your attributes, and then you can assign to different kind of attribute which can uh, shape your auto in the way you want. So the first one is the leveling system. Yeah, and with the leveling system, coming with the adventure area. So we design several different kind of area which have different difficulty, and with the hardest one, then you can get more experience point, and for those experience point, and come back to the leveling system. Yeah, so when you finish choose the area to exploring, then after the exploring, you will get some experience. You will get some maybe some item, some uh adventure point. yeah, so this go back the experience point will go back to the leveling system. Then you can continuing increase strength your auto in this whole system. It's basically a big picture of this system.
That's really cool. So you're saying that the experience points will be the player will be allowed to take those points and sort of add them to the attributes that we're all familiar with, the strength, dexterity, that kind of thing. Is that, am I understanding that right?
Correct. Attribute then actually can increase the success rate of the adventure. So
Right.
it's kind of it's a kind of a gaming loop of this system.
Yeah. No, that's very cool. I had no idea that that you guys were working on that. That's pretty cool. Well, I hope everyone's writing this stuff down. You already got some alpha. We're basically still in the introduction. That's pretty good stuff. No, that's exciting. And so that's a whole additional system on top of the actual missions that was actually what we were excited for. So that's cool. And that's cool because that's also, I mean, from my RPG playing experience, which happens to be back when I was video gaming, that was like my favorite genre. um that was most of the fun. It's like you did the mission so that you could level up and build your character, and you could watch the progression from your starting character who was like useless in everything to usually building him up in like a certain direction and getting a certain profession, or a certain like skill set and specialization and stuff. So that's really cool that that's also coming to to Ottopia. That's really exciting to hear.
And with the adventure system, we'll also introduce the Explorer leaderboard. So before we only have one leaderboard, it's the rarity leaderboard, right? So everyone can equip and use the health dice to try to increasing the rarity of the auto on the leaderboard. Yeah, and we think that it's a cool system and it's quite successful, and a lot of member or community participant this. Of course, it's the most major. I think the most major reason is that you can earn the clan in the competition. In this adventure system, we also introduce the adventure points leaderboard. Yeah, so when you auto going to go to the adventure more, then you can earn more adventure points. And with those points, you can climb up the adventure point leaderboard, which can also result in the clan you can earn in this kind of game. So it's not only you can leveling up your auto in this game, and also you can uh, convert those playing experience into some kind of actual reward, which is clan.
Nice, nice, and that's good from a pure, I don't know how to say it, but when I heard way back in the day that after the NFTs were released, that there would be a rarity leaderboard and a mission system that had some sort of financial incentives. I always thought that was really powerful because you get this one NFT that has all of this utility, maybe not built in at that time, but that was coming out. We all trust you guys and the team to keep your word on making this stuff. So I thought that was really, it was a good value for what you were getting, being able to participate in multiple things that could result in clam prizes. And so now it sounds like there's even more. I mean, because we plan to now bring back the rarity leaderboard season 2 at some point. Um, then now there's an adventure leaderboard where participating in the missions gives you a clam reward, potentially, right? If you adventure enough. And then there's the missions themselves. So in the missions, what do you expect to be like? Are there incentives in the missions as well? Maybe items or something to that effect?
Mission is one, and the adventure is another one. So
Oh,
the mission will come a little bit later. We will release the adventure system first, but after that, we will also introduce the mission system. So in the mission system, you will you can claim uh several different kind of mission. Those mission will renew like every week or every 2 weeks. So the mission basically you need to collect some kind of items you can get in the adventure. So so this is the two combination of the system of the adventure and the mission. You go to adventure, you can get some mission items for mission, and you can go back to the mission system, try to complete those mission. And when you complete the mission, and you can also get some actual reward. For example, there will be a mission leaderboard later with come out with the mission system. Yeah, so this is the big feature of the a little bit of a few more of this the Ottopia gaming.
Yeah, it sounds like there's like 4 different components. And so we're saying we've got the adventure system, the mission system, and then the 2 leaderboards. That's a lot. No wonder you guys have been over here just chipping away for all this time. that's
Right.
that's great though, because that's going to be that again, it's all about utility, right? With NFTs, I think we're past the point where NFTs can stand on their artwork or whatever. Even though the artwork of our NFTs happen to be quite good. Thank you, Oppo. But having layers of utility like is being built into Ottopia is that's really special. So is the mission system sort of does the mission system feed the adventure system? Does the adventure system feed the missions? Because you said that you can do the adventures to get items for the missions, right? So is it kind of like that's like the flow from adventure system into getting items for the missions?
Basically, a mission is a small story which require you collect some items which you can earn. You can get select from adventure or from other players. So yeah, basically, when you finish a adventure exploring, you can get the items from which can finish the mission.
Okay. Oh, so some missions won't even be able to be completed unless you find a specific item while exploring.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay,
And
cool.
of course, you can exchange the item with the player in the community. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
also part of the uh, engagement we want to achieve.
Got it. Do you expect that the adventure items are they similar? I mean, are they the same like mechanism as the items that we currently buy from the store, or are they sort of a different class of items?
It's actually a whole new kind of a whole new collection of the items. You can't buy those items from the store. Yeah.
Hmm.
So those items is only exclusive for the adventure system.
Okay.
So yeah, so we want to separate that, which you can buy from the store, which is more you can get back now the equipment. But the more major part of the item will be the mission item, and so the mission item is the whole different collection of
Hmm.
the current drop. Yeah, and of course you can get the equipment like you can acquire in the store from
Right.
from the adventure, but that's
Hmm.
like a small chance of the small. You can get that in a smaller chance.
Hmm. Yeah, because I mean the chests are essentially random, so to get one particular item, so they will be available in the store, but you'd have to be pretty lucky to actually land it from a chest. Is that
Right.
about? Okay, got it. And okay, cool, very cool.
And
Go
there
ahead.
is also another a special item for the adventure is called collectible. Yeah, it's also another collection of the item which is not equipment, not mission items. It's a special collectible which you can put into your gallery.
Where's the gallery? Is that going to
It,
be some new piece of the app that hasn't come out yet?
yeah, so you can collect some collectible items for your gallery. Yeah, and you can see those items in your gallery, which is we will also introduce in the Ottopia app.
Wow, so there's a lot coming out. Um,
Yeah,
do
so it's
I?
really a big system.
Yeah, yeah, it sounds like it. It's it's funny. I was actually thinking about this just yesterday. I had this random thought where sometimes I wonder if the cute artwork of Ottopia sort of deceives outsiders into thinking that this is a very simple protocol. We're 20 minutes in. We can probably start. I see there's 53 new messages since the last time I looked at the chat, so I should probably get started with the questions. Is Oppo ready to make some POAP for attending AMA or special events? I don't know what POAP is. Do you, OttoKing?
Yeah, I think POAP is proof of the attendance protocol. So actually, we can you can collect those badge for attending the AMA. Yeah, I think I would talk with Apple. Maybe we can do those for the AMA. Yeah, it's really cool. You can collect a badge. It's basically an NFT and show that you attend some kind of event. Pretty awesome for us.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that does sound. I remember there was some talks about some sort of unique item, like maybe like a low rarity item for attending events like this. But yeah, that's not like a collectible NFT. That sounds pretty cool. Maybe something else to put in the gallery. Who knows? Uh, any upcoming additional feature for the Forge, or would it be dedicated to specific events? That's a good question. I've been curious. I've been very excited for the Forge, or at least what I imagine the Forge to be in my head. Do you have any additional information about the Forge, OttoKing?
Sure, sure, sure. I think the currently the Forge is just a pilot run for the event. Yeah, but we will definitely add more feature, more utility. Yeah, I mean more function to the Forge. So basically, you can actually put any different kind of item into the Forge, and it will random generate a new item. That's the future image of the Forge. And of course, we will still releasing the special events of the Forge. Yeah, but for I think the basic function we will implement soon is a random. It's more like you can put a lot of different kind of item into that, and it will come out with a surprise to you.
Oh, so you throw like just whatever you happen to have in your inventory into it, and just kind of see what happens to come out.
Right, right.
That could be fun. That could be fun, especially for items that you may not be overly thrilled with. Like, yeah, let's just throw it in the here in the itemizer and just see what pops out. That could be fun. I remember OttoKing saying that the fish token was the rewards for missions or adventures. Not sure what the difference is between both. Well, we already answered that question, but the fish itself. Do you have any info on the fish token, OttoKing? Kind of maybe a little bit more of what it. I know it's going to be some sort of in-game currency, I think, right?
So in-game currency, and you can, or we will release more items or chests, okay, but you can only purchase in the fish token. And so when you finish the mission, you can earn some fish token now. That's the current design.
Okay, cool. Aeon Warp says, any information about other DeFi instruments, like bonds, to look forward to? DeFi instruments. I mean, the bonds will be above backing price. So I mean, they are there currently. They're just we're waiting for the price to move above backing. Any other DeFi instruments? I don't think so. I mean, I'm quite happy with our protocol. After staking V2, now we have a, an integrated buyback mechanism. We have sustainable yield, sustainable APY, and I mean this is a good time to point this out. Even with Pen and DYST prices taking a huge hit and our APY going down to, what is it, like 25 or 27%. This is, well, a lot of us believe that this could very well be still, like, this is not the end of the bear market. Like this, we could still be in this for some time. And in bear markets, being able to have 25, 30% APR that you can actually rely on, that you can trust, right? That's not based on inflation or based on some sort of, basically a temporary sort of mechanism that is cute in the moment, but then it's going to come crashing down at some point. That's very valuable, and I want to point that out, in case this is anyone's first bear market. Our moves towards sustainability were very well timed, and again, OttoKing, thank you. That was your brainchild. That was Aptio's brainchild, and I'm really happy that you guys came up with this new system, because again, it was very timely, because it was right there at the crash. But yeah, it's like 25-30% that is perpetual, essentially, based on treasury performance, in this market, and a market which could get worse. That's very valuable stuff. And so Clam is not just, the subject of this AMA is Ottopia, is NFTs, right? And all the mechanics that go with that. But Clam is much more than a currency for Ottopia, right? That's one of its functions, right? And it also integrates a burn mechanism as a result of that, which is great. Again, so Clam has buybacks, it has burns, it has sustainable yield. As a DeFi if you were to remove Ottopia completely, as a DeFi protocol, this OtterClam stands very tall, in the DeFi world. Again, that's a credit to all of our big brains who work constantly to tweak the treasury, to anticipate macro market trends, and all these things to put OtterClam in the best position to succeed. And Warts, I don't know of any new DeFi instruments coming out, unless you do, OttoKing, but I think the instruments we have are pretty awesome. But I don't know, OttoKing yet.
Yeah, I can also add some stuff of this. Yeah, actually, the bonds is also, we are also designing the new bonding system. It's, of course, we need to, weigh the market price of the claim, come back to the backing to, actually release this, but the bond system. But, we make the bond system is much simpler. So you can, like, it's for the user, it's much like purchasing clan in a discount price. And in the back end, we will put those funds into all of our current investment strategy automatically. So those funds will actually go into the treasury investment directly. That increase the treasury size, also increase the reward of the clan stake, the staking of the clan. Yeah. So this new system we are currently making, we'll try to make it as simple as possible, so that user don't need to choose between like different kind of token they are going to use. They can use like Matic, USDC, different kind of token we support, and get claim the discount very easily.
Do you anticipate the bonding mechanism to only utilize, from the user's perspective, only utilize one token?
Right.
Well, there you go. So, updated bonding mechanism is on the horizon for when we go above backing. Sup3 says, what is your best general strategies around adventure? I don't know, it might be a little too early for that question.
Yeah, I think it's more fun exploring it yourself.
Yeah, I'm sure the community is going to pour over it once it comes out, and maybe we should even start a Discord thread, like adventure strategies or something when the time comes. That could be fun. Have the community trade, swap ideas and such. Yeah. Of course, I know that the adventure system is. Well, actually, is it the adventure system or is it the mission system that OttoKing you had mentioned that is going to have a heavy Discord integration? Is it going to be the upcoming adventure system, or is that still down the pipeline?
Yeah, I think the mission system require you exchange, collect some certain item, to complete your mission. Yeah, so I think that in the mission system you will maybe you need more engagement with the Discord in the community to collect or exchange the item you have with another player.
Okay, so probably more Discord integration in the mission side, which is still upcoming.
Right.
Yeah, so then maybe in the meantime, maybe I mean I'm just stream of consciousness, but yeah, maybe adding an adventure system thread under Ottopia would be a good idea. But we can worry about that when the time comes. Are certain aspects in the adventure pay to play or pay to win, e.g., using clams for possible additional rewards? That's a good question. Do you anticipate it? I mean, you already mentioned a play to win sort of mechanism, right? Where the more exploring you do, you can go up the leaderboard. You'll get more items for missions when the mission system comes out. Do you anticipate any pay to play or pay to win? I doubt there's any pay to play, right? I mean, but play to or pay to win, I could see potentially. What are your thoughts on that, OttoKing?
Yeah, there is actually some kind of pay to play part in the adventure system. It's not a requirement. It's not required, but it's a system that you can like boost your adventure successful rate or increase the speed of the exploring countdown to using client to do those like boost to make your adventure faster to finish or much easier to complete. Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
okay.
possible. Yeah, we provide like different possible routes for to that you using clan if you want to increase the success exploration of the adventure.
Got it. Okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's not what I was thinking of at all. I thought pay to play was basically if you don't front clams initially, you don't get to play the game. So that's I had a different idea. That seemed pretty oppressive, but that's obviously not what you're doing. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, being able to play or pay some clams to sort of boost your cooldown period or get back in the action more quickly. Yeah, that's all part of it. Um, and of course, it's all optional, which is good. Will we see both the adventure and leaderboard epoch system at play at the same time? I hope so. I think that's the plan, right, OttoKing, to have the leaderboards up, ultimately up at the same time as the adventures and missions and all that. Like it should all coexist eventually, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like I mentioned before, the leaderboard the relative leaderboard will open also after the adventure system release. So
Mm,
in the meantime, we will release the adventure leaderboard first. Then the rarity and the mission leaderboard will also come into the game. Yeah, so there will be multiple leaderboard you can play. So it's for like different kind of player. You can actually try to climb and earn in the Ottopia.
yeah. And that's to me, at least in my head, that's like the end game. For all of the systems that we have currently is being able to basically advertise to the outside world, listen, you buy an auto either off the secondary market or you mint one, or if they're still available at that point. Um, and with that, you have all these different routes to monetize that auto, through the adventurings, the missions, the two leaderboards. And honestly, I mean, that's just what's actually on the roadmap. I mean, we've got all this other stuff that's sort of more distant down the pipeline, and I don't know. Again, I'm just so excited for the future. And that was sort of like that was my vision, was being able to have all of those opportunities to to earn clam with an initial investment, and I mean honestly a pretty small initial investment of the the initial auto price. It just, to me, it's such a good value proposition. Again, looking at it more from the DeFi side, it's just like, why wouldn't you get a ton of autos? I mean, I guess that's just me. The Nazi asks, question one for the king: Where did you get the inspiration for OtterClam? Well, that's a big picture question.
At the first is, I think I mentioned this multiple times before. At first, it's a very simple idea. It's like we can make DeFi more fun, and using Otter as a symbolic looks kind of much more easier to attract non-DeFi user, make the finance fun. Yeah, but after that, this picture or this vision become larger and larger. So it's transformed to what you guys see today. Yeah, it's actually not the actually I never thought that we will come into this current Ottopia world like this.
Yeah.
So
No, neither did I.
it's right. Yeah, it's like we have a team and we have a good team and a lot of cool person join the community and join the team. So we can actually exploring the whole idea from a very simple start point to current Ottopia of what you see right now.
Yeah, it really has more for those of us who have seen the transition from the Ohm fork to where we are now. I mean, it's night and day, complete makeover. And it's a good thing too, because I mean, it's a good thing that this team continues to innovate and continues to make OtterClam the best protocol that it can be. Because the landscape is always changing in crypto world, and you gotta make sure that you put out a good product. We talked about this briefly with MDB when they were here at the AMA, but it's like bear markets really expose crappy protocols. It really that's when the mask comes off. In bull markets, every protocol is the next big thing, and a lot of them can survive on hype because there's just so much money flowing into the system and everything. But when the money retreats, you're left with the good protocols and dead protocols. That's really about it. And I'm happy to report that OtterClam is in the first category. So and that's a result of continuing to shape the protocol to make it something that is valuable, that is attractive, and all that good stuff. Wow, I'm really falling behind the chat. 78 new messages, and I'm still scrolling down. Okay, well, I guess we got to keep it moving.
OttoKing and Rogue, glad to hear you. Thanks for inviting me here.
Yeah, glad
No
you
problem, yeah.
could make it.
Pleasure.
So Max is I believe he has some gifts for the community and some information as well. Max, if you want to just go ahead and let us know.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's actually a big pleasure and honor to be speaking to your community. I honestly believe OtterClam community has tested some of our products before they came out. You were involved into the beta you were among the first adopters of USD Plus itself. Now we are building on top of USD Plus pools the product called ETS, Exchange Traded Strategies. You were testing closed beta. You're actually testing alpha, then you were testing closed beta. Survived with us through all the difficulties, had fantastic discussion and fantastic input, which I'm very grateful for. And now ETS has come out in version 2. Everything has been fixed, and it's been launched also by now onto chains to a smashing success, to a big extent thanks to the community. So I first of all wanted to thank everybody for your contribution and very valuable feedback. Second, maybe for those over here who are not familiar with the ETS, let me tell a few things what that is, and then we'll have a small gift for everyone. So ETS, Exchange Traded Strategies, is a quasi-stable product with moderate risk and elevated yield. So, for example, everyone here is familiar with USD Plus. There is USDC USD Plus pool, which a lot of people invest into on Ottopia, but there is also Vmatic USD Plus pool, which some people invest into, but some people avoid because they want to avoid kind of VMatic price fluctuations, in particular in the mirror market you've been discussing. So the product we've designed does the following. You put in USD Plus into ETS, then this USD Plus is used on Aave to kind of borrow VMatic against it. And then we farm VMatic USD Plus pool automatically on a regular basis. And so what that achieves is that, when VMatic price fluctuates, the amount of VMatic we borrow and the amount of in the pool is very, very close, almost identical. And we now want to kind of rebalance it on a regular basis, so it's almost always identical. And whether VMatic goes up or down, you are essentially protected from the VMatic price fluctuations. But you get the yields which are much higher than typical stable-to-stable pools, because you're essentially getting the yields very much close to VMatic USD Plus pool yields on Penrose. So this strategy has first of all been launched in Polygon. It now has about 275,000 in it. We've been limiting the maximum amount people can invest into this strategy because we don't want yields to be diluted. And so that has been, widely successful on Polygon. We have also launched last Thursday, a week ago, we launched on BSC, on Binance Smart Chain, and we launched with our partners Coin Exchange, which is the same team as Dystopia, Penrose and Sphere, essentially, Teto and Sphere. So we launched over there, and we launched right away pools with USD Plus, and we launched the ETS on BNB USD Plus. So the average yield on that over the last 7 days has been over 100%. I think the average is 108% APY, not 7 days 100%, but 100% annualized equivalent. It is going down. We believe that sustainable rate for this product is going to be in the range of 20 to 30% APY, annualized APY. We limited the maximum amount people can invest into that strategy to $500,000. That got filled in 36 hours. And who knew about this product, who had participated in the original beta test, spread the word, and there was a queue of people, and within 36 hours, 500,000 people got in. If we wanted, we could maybe get to 1 million, within 48 hours. There was so much demand. So now we see the yields are stabilizing, and we are prepared to give away a few whitelist spots, which will allow to invest into this product $5,000 on top of this 500,000, which had already been assembled. We don't want to kind of dilute the people who already got in first, but with people who helped us launch this product, in particular like your community, we believe it's fair that we allow some of the members of the community to come in, if you want, above the cap. So that's why we have 5 whitelist spots of $5,000 each for those who are interested to participate in the ETS on Binance Smart Chain and invest into that product. Again, this is to express our gratitude to Rogue yourself, to OttoKing, and to all the people from your community who participated in the beta test and helped us launch this product.
And we really appreciate that, Max. To the community, just to reiterate, the cool thing about the ETS is that at least the last time I looked, Max, correct me if I'm wrong, but you deposit either USDC or USD Plus into the strategy, and it essentially it goes, it borrows Matic from Aave, I believe, and then it deposits into the Penrose Matic USD Plus pool. And because of that, without going into the detail, because I doubt I could explain it properly myself, even though Max just did, there's a lot of downward protection from, by doing it this way instead of just, depositing into the Matic USD Plus yourself. And so, 20-30% becomes a lot more valuable when you're not, this is, I'm not going to say it's a stablecoin LP, but it's I would say much closer to that than it is to a traditional Matic USDC LP. So it's the risk profile is very different, and it's a very valuable product in a market like this, especially for that reason. And so that's why there is such a demand for it. In these times, people are looking for ways to earn while also protecting their capital as much as possible. And the ETS is a very good way of doing that. And so, yeah, again, if anyone's interested in the whitelist, again, Max, we thank you for offering that above your original cap to our community.
Yeah, the pleasure is mine. I think you explained it exactly right. When we launched this product on Polygon, not everything was perfect with the frequency of rebalances. And thank you for pointing that out and actually staying with us while we were fixing. It proved to be much more complex, to be fully honest, than we had originally envisaged, and that's why we believe this is such a valuable product right now. But even then, when we couldn't rebalance as often as we wanted during the closed beta, we didn't have a single day with the loss. There were some days when we were like 3% APY, 4% APY because of the VMATIC fluctuations, but still kind of every day was profitable. So it's indeed a very different risk profile. Now that we have finished all the technical implementation, now all the mathematical scenarios are there, withdrawal function is working, and that means that we can actually rebalance more often than we used to. We have fundamentally reduced the impermanent loss of the strategy through more frequent rebalancing. And that is why, it has actually become even more profitable despite generally kind of market going down and the value of rewards going down. Indeed, we believe this is a moderate risk. We cannot exclude that there will always be no losses. But long term, as I said, at the moment, all our ETS products are way above 20%, above 30%. But long term, you should be expecting like 20-25% average APY from this product. With some volatility, sometimes there will be days above 25, sometimes there will be days below 25, sometimes there will be days below 0. It hasn't yet happened, but it will be. And nevertheless, I'm investing in that product myself, and actually quite a big chunk of our treasury we are now kind of deploying to that product. Not the kind of purely treasury part, but kind of the speculative part of our treasury. We are now finally comfortable to deploy into something like that.
Nice. Well, I mean, you can trust a product where the creators put their own money in it. So they certainly trust it, and they're the ones that built it. So that's inspires trust in the rest of us. Epi, I don't actually know how are we going to do the. Is it a giveaway? Is it sort of a queue system? I'm not sure how we were going to do the whitelist.
I'm not too sure either, Rogue. I haven't heard about it. I just heard about it before the AMA, so I.
Okay.
Guys,
well,
we just need you any way to select five people who will provide the addresses for the whitelisting. So it can be a lottery, it can be giveaway, but in the end, it just should be 5 people who want to participate in ETS.
Yeah. That's why I think it's going to be best if we just. Well, I'll just say now that anyone who is interested, submit a ticket, just saying as much, and then the first 5 people that submit it, I think they're the ones who will get the whitelist. So I think that's probably the best way to do it. What do you think, Epi? Does that sound good?
All good.
Okay. All right. So we'll do that. All right, Max. Well, again, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for explaining the ETS, and thank you for gifting this sort of premier access to our community.
Yeah, I really appreciate your input. Your community is very special to us. That's why when you called me, you wanted me to come here on short notice. Guys, we really appreciate your knowledge, expertise, and you are always on the cutting edge. Actually, the amount of things we are learning from the way you are analyzing various products and various DeFi strategies and how you manage your treasury has been incredible. I have huge respect. I never expected that a game would have so much and so profound DeFi expertise. So, we believe you're a very special community to us, and the more we can do for you, the better. So you're always kind of the top choice for us to test our new products, and look forward to working closer with you.
Thank you, Max. I can't disagree with anything you said.
Thanks, guys, and have a very good evening. Bye.
Take care, Max.
Thanks, bye.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool, huh? And hey, listen, I always joke that I'm a huge OtterClam fanboy and yada yada yada, and of course my name is red in Discord, so it's like, okay, yeah, you're just pushing up the hype for no reason, because you're invested, and of course I am. But I like these AMAs because I learn just as much as you guys, right? I'm the treasury lead. Like, I don't have any contact with the NFT side besides the contact that the rest of the community has. So this is all very exciting to me. Um, the way that we conduct business here is a model to others. That should inspire confidence in a lot of people. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I saw a couple more questions. I know we're really running low on time, but I do want to head back to the Ottopia side for a couple things.
Hey, Rogue, if you're running out of time, I can continue some of the questions on the Twitter Spaces with OtterKing if you like. So no pressure.
Okay, cool, perfect. Then let's take this one because I think this is a good one. This is back to the sort of questing system. DexRex asked, will there be something like group questing, like all of us got to send our autos to fight a level boss? So I know that there's going to be collaborative pieces of the adventure system, of the mission system, because the Discord's being integrated. There's going to be spaces where otters can find companions. I'm still really hoping and gunning for ultimately one day like some sort of like tavern where you can put your own high level auto up there, and people can like basically pay you to take them on missions and stuff. But that's just me just pipe dreaming. But we know that there's going to be those sorts of situations between actual community members where they can come together and quest together. Do you anticipate OttoKing having like sort of big bads, like boss level things where you would need to gather multiple of your autos or get people from the community to help you to accomplish missions like that?
Yeah, currently, I would say that this won't be released in the first version. Yeah, but we'll definitely consider it in the future. So, we did discuss some kind of like collaboration kind of mission in the system, but we feel that it's a little bit complex for now. So in the first version, we will focusing on the solo adventure kind of the solos for the solo auto adventure in the first release.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, you got to start simple, and once you start adding layers of community members playing together and going on missions together, obviously that builds in complexity. So yeah, let's start with the foundational stuff and then work from there. But to answer your question, DexRex, it's on the docket potentially, but yeah, one step at a time. I'll just take this opportunity to thank you, OttoKing, for your time, and to thank you in advance for the more time that you're going to give us in the Twitter Spaces with Epi. Epi, are you hosting that one? I don't remember. Well, yeah. Someone will be hosting it. It won't be me because this is my work day, and I can
I'll be hosting it in about 5 minutes. So we're going to move over to Twitter Spaces, and we have a giveaway code that we're going to be revealing towards the end of it.
Nice. Well, I encourage everyone to move over there. The tone of the event will be different than this, but again, it's going to be different but equally as good. So I encourage everyone to move over there. Again, thank you, OttoKing, for your time, and well, I guess I'll see you in a few minutes.
See you there too.
Okay. All right, everyone, take care. We'll see you soon.